All right, welcome back. So now let's add a few more things. We've added our funny looking nav bar for now. Next, I'm going to add, okay, all right, so sorry, my system is a little slow. So I'm adding the next thing, that is the button. And inside of it, I have a text, get started. That is exactly what we have here. Get started. It has some over effects which we'll worry about when we get to CSS. So get started. Now, next, we're going to add, okay, let me scroll up so you can see properly. I had the third child of the header nav element, which is a div containing a button and a toggle button. It is a div containing a button and a toggle button, which is only visible on smaller devices. So we have two children already. The first child of this header is this image, this WhatsApp logo. The second child is this div that contains this URL. So we're going to add the third div. Now this third div, I gave it an ID of last nav div. Inside of it, I imported some icons from Font Awesome. The first thing I'm going to be having is the button, and inside the button, I'm going to have this icon, globe. Let me just show it to you. If you go to Font Awesome, now in their search on the home page, you see search for an icon. I'm going to search for globe. What I'm trying to get, let me search for globe. While it's loading, let me show you what exactly we're trying to get. All right, so this icon here is what we're trying to get. This one that looks like globe or bulb or something. So search for globe on Font Awesome, and you can see quite a few results. All right, this is what I need, and this is what I picked. So once you click on it, it will give you the code. I've probably explained that in previous videos, so I won't go all the way explaining again. Once you click on it, it gives you the code, and this is the code here. It gives you this this is the old code here nested inside this I tag. Yeah, I also wrote the word en. Remember, we have en from WhatsApp. This en, I added it as well as a text. Added it, all right, and I gave it an ID of down button. So the next thing again is I brought in another icon, and that is this icon. This icon here, it's actually not meant to be an icon. It could actually be a select option, or I mean a normal select option. When I click it, it opens. But since it's going to be a static site and it's not working, so I just felt, okay, let me just use the normal icon. So I also got another icon from Font Awesome, and the icon is called chevron down. It's pointing towards down. So I wrapped everything inside a button. Remember, this is the button here. Inside the button, I first have the first icon inside this I tag. Then I wrote the word en. Then I added the next icon, which is this down arrow button. Everything is inside the button. Then next I added this icon here. This icon here, let me show you something. When we're dealing with responsiveness, now look at how their header looks on a large screen. When I shrink to a smaller screen size, you will probably not see those things again. Can you see that they disappeared? Now this is what we have. It is a toggle button. So when you click it, it opens. I click on it, it closes. This button here is what I added. So I added it to the page, but then it's not going to be visible. It's probably visible for now, but with CSS, I will not make it visible until we get to a smaller screen. So this is the code for that particular one. Let me save and let's see what we have so you don't get confused. Now I save. This time around we should have a few more things. Let me see. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, this is the get started button. As is looking obviously funny. That's why I said without CSS, nothing looks good. And for this one, we have it inside the button. Can you see the globe and the text that we added and the arrow button? It's not working. And can you see these three lines? That is what I just showed us for smaller screen size. Toggle button. So when I say toggle button, menu toggle button, this is what I mean. Toggler. Can you see? So we added it also. It's there as at now. So what else should we add? Let's move further. All right, so that is the end of the header now. That is the end of the header. Now we're going to add elements to the main element of the page. That is, we are done with this whole header part. We are done with the whole header now. Let's now start adding elements to the main body of the page. So first of all, we open our main elements. Remember, your page will have header, main, and footer. We don't have footer yet. We'll still have footer later. Inside the main now, we're going to add, first of all, I add a section for the WhatsApp advert, which can be removed soon after September 20. Initially, when I started, writing this code, I don't know, I probably started, I think last 2 weeks ago. I was actually busy with so many things, so I just abandoned the CSS styles. So when I came back, this thing was not there before. But when I came back just a few days ago, I just saw that they've added, this advert. Join us virtually to usher in the era of the message during blah blah blah. September 20, and there's a link that says register now. If I click on this link, I'm sure it will redirect me to another page. So it was not there before, and I believe that after September 20, which is okay, today is 19th. I'm recording this video on the 19th of September. So after tomorrow, this thing might not be there any longer, and I can always remove. That's why I wrote this div, this first section for the WhatsApp advert can be removed. I can try to remove from my code after September 20. So now let's add the section for the advert first of all. And inside, I give it an ID of advert. Inside that section rather, I'm going to add the paragraph text. It says join us virtually, just like I saw on their site. And remember, we had their own. This is a button. This register now is sorry, it's not a button, it's an anchor tag. If I click on it, it takes me somewhere else. So I just wrap that particular text inside an anchor tag, which I believe you can see here. Let me show it properly. All right, this is the anchor tag here. href set to nothing, just hash, so that the browser can identify that it is a link. I have the register now, and then I close, and that's the end of my paragraph. So that is the only thing that we have inside that section. If I save for now, let's see what we have. Oh, sorry, I'm refreshing the wrong page. I'm refreshing the original page instead of our home page. Let me refresh. When I refresh, I have my paragraph. Can you see? And the link. So we've succeeded in writing the HTML files from the prenav to the header and now to this advert. So the next video, we're going to continue with the main content. See you in the next video.